Hello. Right. I just hit the screen and I was like, hey, I've got an itchy ear. Gotta stop. Hang on. Right, anyway. Hello, everybody. Welcome to back to the stream. Anyway, right, who we got? DD got first. Ranical got second. Nice. Always have trouble finding it as a fourth redeem. I was thinking about that. Maybe I should... I will look at the list. I wonder if there's a way I can adjust that. Maybe it's just stored it alphabetically and I can change it, but then surely not, because first would come before all the others. I will have a look. I'll see if I can rearrange it. If it has to be renamed, maybe I could, just for the purposes of sticking it somewhere at the beginning, getting them in order in some fashion. I'll bear that in mind. But thank you both for being here. And your redemptions, very kind. Mitina, Wi-Fi, thank you for being here and lurking. Thank you for the hugs and cookies. Always yummy. I had cookies for breakfast, actually. I know, it's not very healthy, but it was the end of a packet. It was the end half of a packet, but it was the end of a packet, and it got me going. And I shall be ready for lunch later. Thank you for the hydrate. And Todus, welcome. Hello. Bleep bloop. Congrats on getting third. Do you know what? They've all got the same bloody thing, haven't they? I've got to change that that icon. I keep little bits here and there. I keep forgetting to do, and I must get around to doing them. Instead, I was too busy trying to earn some money in Sea of Thieves yesterday. Better than no breakfast. That's my thinking. It's something. Something's better than nothing. No, it's weird. Lately, I've been like on. I don't know. I've just been getting sort of like a little bit sort of like nauseous in the morning. The other thing is like I'm not actively feeling nauseous, but the thought of food just makes me go, no thanks. I have to really it takes like a few hours for it to sort of wear off and for me to finally go, right, I'm hungry. Usually by then, it's like afternoon, and then so I end up having like, you know, a lunch, and then it's several hours, and then I have dinner, and I usually end up eating dinner so late. So maybe it's a knock-on effect of the fact that I'm having dinner so late, but the fact is, so maybe it's that, but I've got to try and push that back somewhere. But yeah, I get up in the mornings and I'm just like, no, can't eat, thanks. But cookies, although I still look at them and go, I know that I am going to get hungry, so I you know, they're cookies, aren't they? They're just easy. They're like a little bite, you know. Way to get them to line up right would be the first pebble, second pebble, third pebble, and here to 4 pebbles. Acid reflux. I do get acid generally, but not in the mornings often. It's usually sort of a night after a late dinner, probably. It depends what I'm eating as well. Always worse in the morning before I get. Oh, okay. Well, I don't take medication for it, so I don't have to wait for it to calm down. It's usually like as a response to something I've eaten. Trying to think off the top of my head. I can't think of anything specific. I guess it's just, you know, random, whatever it's going to be. My stomach's just like, no, don't make me. I don't like it. But no, it's just I don't know. It's just weird. I just sort of wake up and I go, nah. Maybe it's because I'm not very active in the morning. It takes a while to wake up and get moving, you know. So maybe it's just like my body just goes, look, we don't need this. We don't need this right now. Maybe first, second. Did name it? I did. Yes, yeah, because there is like a tiny sort of background theme of stones going on somewhere. I never sort of really fully realised it, but I do like the idea of them just being like little tiny pebbles, like the little points, and you know, my artistic skills being what they are. So the actual like little round crappy pebble that you see right there is actually based off of a real pebble. It's just really shittily done, and so it doesn't look like anything. So yeah, I maybe need to you know, stylize it a little bit better, make it actually look like what it is at the size it is, rather than anything else. Pebble pixels, or pixel pebbles. Now that sounds like a weird, like, nouveau cuisine restaurant of some description. Always, Bab. Got to go walk. No, there's no problem. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good walk. How many pebbles in an obelisk? That's the thing. See, that's the... Because that was the plan as well. Like, the sub-badges need to change as well. You know, people have got to have something. But you know, I just keep forgetting. It's like every time I see them, I'm like, oh, I must do that, and then I forget. And you know, or the worst thing, it's a bit like whenever you if you ever had that thing when you're like, oh, I've got to speak to someone, I keep meaning to call them or whatever, and you only ever remember when it's like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and you're like, oh, well, I can't fucking ring them now. It's way too late, you know. So, but then of course, immediately by the next day, you've completely forgotten, and it only ever kicks in when you sit down and you go, ah, shit, I didn't do it again. So it's the same as that. Like, I could be on the computer for hours, but as soon as I turn the computer off or I'm sat somewhere else, it's like, nope, completely forgot to do it. I'll have to get it next time and try and remember. Same shit every time. But anyway, I hope you're all well. Didi, I hope you're having a good Friday. Today, I remember you mentioning Friday. Is today the day something is happening? If it is, I hope it goes well. And I hope I hope you have coped well the last couple of days without gaming. Oh, that's still so sucky. But I hope that gets fixed soon. If it isn't already. Of course, Ranicore is just gone, so I can't talk to him. He's not here. But never mind. And Tony, I hope you're well. Hope you've had a good day. I hope you're gearing up for a cozy night. The temperature not too cold, not too mild. You want a nice middle ground where you can sit around and be cozy. It's like we had we were given a box set of hot chocolate. Like, right, we were given, okay, hard to describe necessarily. It's like a pack of, like, I think about 12 or 16. I can't remember if it's 4x4 or 4x3. But we had they're like chocolate spheres with powdered like milk and hot chocolate in the middle and marshmallows. And the idea is that you just essentially heat up a mug of milk, and then you put the sphere on top in the mug, and it melts down. Hot chocolate bombs, yeah, that's it. And they and it becomes, you know, you can stir it obviously, and it becomes a hot chocolate. Tempted me to fix it. Oh, right, today's the bed. Okay. I'm going crazy with no gaming. The bug attacks are not helping my sanity. Oh no. Oh dear. What's I saying? Oh yeah, sorry, the hot chocolate. Yeah, anyway, so we got these things, and I had one. Now, we got them for Christmas. Now, thankfully, they're still in date. I don't know what they're made of, but and I tried one, and I was like, it took longer for the actual chocolate sphere, like the entire, like the chocolate on the outside, it took longer for that to fully melt than it did for the marshmallows inside. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is weird. And it was an okay drink. It was like, meh, it's all right. But that chocolate was just weird, and so I lasted so long. So I haven't really been compelled to drink more. But the thing is, of course, we're in the middle of summer now. You don't really sit back and go, hot chocolate, just what I need right now, you know. So thankfully, they'll stay in date until winter. So I shall try and wait for some cool evenings and start sort of, you know, sitting back with multiple mugs of hot chocolate. They're all sort of mildly flavoured as well. I say mildly because they're all generally chocolate, but it's got, you know, they've got like I think, oh God, I think one of them's like raspberries or something like that. Raspberry flavour, like hint of it, and one's bloody salted caramel. I hate salted caramel. Why do they add salt to caramel? I love salt, but I prefer my caramel without it. But everything's bloody. I guess they think if they add salted caramel to it instead of just caramel, they can, you know, jack up the price. Yeah, exactly. Because the marshmallows are not vegetarian, wifey will have to remove hers manually, so she'll have to break them up. So yeah, you could actually probably just eat the chocolate separately, because I'm sure it's not a constituent part of it. Remember when caramel was salt-free? Exactly. It's I don't understand the necessity for it. Some people, I mean, I know people love it, but I just don't see why it's almost like it overtakes regular caramel in times. You know, you're just like, can't we just have a choice, or maybe, you know, just go plain, and then people can add their own salt if they're desperate. Is that too hard? Anyway, right. Well, I'm sorry, Didi, that you're going slightly mad. I hope we can alleviate that at least for a couple of hours in some fashion. With more Ripper. Won't that be entertaining? It's, do you know what? Jesus, I'm going to get the bloody hint system up on my phone now, because called Red Velvet Cake. That was everywhere for a while. Right. Oh, it's like red. Sorry. What did I read called? It's like Red Velvet Cake. Yeah. Yeah. I won't mention what a colleague at work called it. In response to someone bringing something in. But it wasn't very nice. Although the cake was. The name didn't help. Right, where are we? I should probably bookmark this, to be honest. but it's no hardship to look. There we are. So let me just get this up, because I guarantee... Where are we? Were we in Act 1 still, or were we in Act 2? Right, okay. We were in Wofford's cottage, apparently. And we've still got other bits to do. Okay, so I'll just leave that there and see what happens. It's not veg either. Cochineal. Yes, yeah. Crushed bugs. Why not? Anyway, right, okay. So let's get going. Last time... Oh, hang on. Let me turn this down. So the background's going to go quieter. But I know the game's going to drown out otherwise. Where is it? There it is. Continue. Okay, here we are. Right, yeah, okay. I think the sound should be alright. I think that's what I had it at before. So let me know otherwise. I'm going to turn it down ever so slightly in my ears, because this background music is slightly craze-inducing. Now, actually, Jesus, do you know what? I actually had my book out as well, because of course it's an old game, so some of this stuff needs writing down. Where are we? Right, we revealed. We did some puzzles. Revealed a word, which is Vulcan. What that word is for, I have no idea right now. We haven't spoken to Falconetti yet. We still have, right, so the computer still has that search history at the library, and I have no idea how to break that puzzle. So what we're going to do, we're going to go somewhere else, because I actually hoped that that this system would have Vulcan. Yeah, exactly. You know, this computer thing we unlocked before. I hoped that would actually have revealed a lot more than it did. It just gave us a word. It was kind of redundant at the moment. Anyway, so how the hell do I get out of here? I thought I had to turn left here. Do I just do it from here? Oh, I could probably just... There's the top menu, isn't there? Can I just choose the map from here? Yes, I can. Okay, great. Cafe Duchamp. Duchamp.
Is that a Quentin model whack you've got there? Let me see. I've been grepping for one of these for months. These are tough to find if you're not in the profession's way.
Who are you?
Reporter for the Herald.
Low end of the pay scale, eh?
Tell me about it.
You should work for yourself. There are thousands of ways to make money in the net. Believe me, I know.
Okay. Asking me who knows Joey Falconetti. Sure.
Do you know Joey Falconetti?
Joey Falconetti. I haven't done business with that scoundrel in years. Talk about profiteering in the net.
But do you know him?
Eddie and I owned part of an emoticon franchise. You know, one of those sea-spaced emotional counter zones. This was years ago. Legitimate business, you see, but Eddie's a thief by nature. Robbed it blind. We had to sell out to some Palestinians in New Dallas. I haven't worked with Eddie since, but I keep an eye on him, so he doesn't pilfer any of my holdings.
Thanks for the like, Davey. Some Palestinians in... Okay, sure. I mean, ultimately there's nothing wrong with that sentence, it just sounds confusing. I don't know why. Ask me who knows where to find Falconetti. I think about the cyberspace... His cyberspace background. Ooh, he might be able to work something out.
Mr. Nelson, what's your background with cyberspace?
Got some time. It would take a while. I've been decking with the global net since it went online. Present at the creation, you might say. That's why thugs like Falconetti disappoint me. Damn waste of talent.
Oh. So Falconetti knew about... has some kind of background in the cyberspace?
Do you know where I can find Falconetti?
You don't. The Falcon usually finds you and
The
takes
Falcon.
your money.
Well, lucky for me, I'm broke. A grave digger named Farley at the Metacog told me that you might be a link to finding him.
What's your interest? You out to kill him?
Well, it's not killing I had in mind.
Oh, well, somebody's gonna whack that bird.
But let's
on
not
you.
rule it out.
Eddie's consciousness is inside a few hundred terabytes of well space, with his body safely hidden. I set Metacog up with a guy named Twig. Lives out in Hoboken. He seems to always know where Eddie's at. Eddie usually presents himself with video. He likes to show off.
Hoboken.
Twig in Hoboken. Don't ask how I just spelled a G completely wrong. Wrote a G even, sorry. You don't spell a G, whatever. Hoboken's one of those places that it's not strictly spelled how it sounds, is it? But I'm going to have to do that because I can't remember how it's spelled exactly. Hoboken. Hoboken. Side space background is just a fancy way of saying AOL Warbo. Yeah. Exactly. Alright, so we got this guy here. Oh, we can turn around. Is this the exit? Okay. Yes, yes it is. This guy back here polishing this one tiny section behind the bar intently. Have a look around. Yum, 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 yum. Ah. Hoboken. I haven't seen the Barbie movie. No spoilers.
Reading your copy, Quinlan. You might nail this freak before the police do.
Just asking questions, seeing where the answers take me.
This Ken's not like
slow
the
here.
others.
Yeah, the Rippers really put a damper on anonymous sex these days.
Yeah, that'll do it. Was that was that all your business was based around? I mean, perhaps you should expand a little. Gambit Nelson. Oh, is that the guy we were just talking to? I didn't get a proper introduction. If it is, I don't need a beer.
What do you know about Gambit Nelson?
Gambit. Gambit's been coming in here for years. The man has seen it all. He can remember when the net went online. Back when there weren't any wells, and cyberspace was nothing but a bunch of isolated BBSs.
Must be a first-generation Decker.
Expandaban, yeah.
The first C-space entrepreneurs made a killing on the net. All of it's legal. It's weird, huh? You know, a good guy wins for once in a blue fucking moon.
This guy looks a little familiar. He's not, probably not, but he's not, Louis from, what do you call it, is he? From, Tex Murphy. That would be quite funny. Always behind a bar. Also, I'd just like to point out, smoke on a green screen is not easy. That could be, you know, that could show up some real horrible artifacting that would stand out terribly. Especially in this sort of, this period. I mean, it's not to say it was completely terrible technology, but it, you know, certainly wasn't peak performance, you know. But so the well, he mentioned a well. Is that the thing that's back at the house? So it's not like a full. It's a well, like a personal connection to cyberspace. Did we hear about that and I just didn't know?
How about a beer?
Yeah, sure thing. Let's try this one. It's called Viper Pills. Goes
Plastic
down real smooth.
tankard.
It's got some bite. On the house. Just nail the Ripper so that my customers.
No, it's on the
don't get found
bar.
in public again, huh?
To be fair.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we can only turn around again. There's no going forward. And we can only go left. Okay. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Twig in Hoboken. So what are we doing here? Tuck send in bed. Thank you. No, I'm not that tired. I don't know what it is. It's been the last, I don't know, week or two. As soon as I sit down at my computer, I just start yawning. It's crazy. I've no idea why. Oh my god. Probably is in theory I can yawn any time I want to. It's like a weird skill. You know, you get those people who can burp on command. I can't do that. But I can. If you want me to mimic a yawn, I can absolutely yawn entirely. I only walked instead of ran today, and it still felt hard. I hate the heat. Oh Jesus, yeah, that's fair. And we're very mild today. Not to rub it in or anything, but it's been a warm couple of days, but it's pretty chill right now. Cool enough that now I've closed the windows for sound. I'm not melting or anything like that. So it's good mild temperature. It's been very mild all summer, to be honest. Mostly rain, which is weird because I mean that's what we call demand of the bugs. we're known for being sort of pretty ambient and pretty muggy. Very humid and sort of a damp country, which is great. But then when we do get when we get the heat like last year, I was really worried that was going to be the new norm. But we've had this year, and it's really much different, which is good because we are a lush green country. That's what we're meant to be like, and this year has survived quite well. In fact, my bamboo has barely dried out at all, which it normally does because it's in a pot, and keeping that pot as wet as bamboo needs it in the summer is very difficult. Anyway, Catherine Powell's apartment. Oh, we've never actually been back there, have we? Oh, there's more places. Right, the Wofford? Right, okay, hang on. Let's try her apartment, see if we can find any new clues. Disc 1. Oh, right, okay. Whatever. Hey. Okay, let's just get our bearings. We can turn all the way round, and that's back out. Okay. Hello, cat. What are you doing? Right, so there's... Okay, forward left. Leads us over here somewhere. Forward from there, and then there's right. She's got her PC there. Oh, blimey. All sorts of random shit to look at. What's that, 41?
A laser cane. Wonder what this inscription means.
A what?
J. Dorset.
A laser cane? I'm just making random notes here. None of this seems to fit together as such. J. Dorset. Okay. There's a potential name we're looking at here. He did say laser cane, didn't he? Oh, and okay, that goes back down. Oh, come on. How is that still the same location? Stop that. Okay. So none of this here does anything else. Okay. Let's just turn around. I'm not sure what's beeping. Is it like an answer phone, maybe? Okay. Is this a window? No, surely not. Don't understand the reason for being able to look there. Because we found her here, didn't we? Like we ran to her apartment and she came back and was dying. What the frig is this? And why can we zoom in on it? Because I can't make out any of this text. It doesn't mean anything. And that's the... Okay, it's the screen again. No, oh, okay, fine. So we can zoom in, but it doesn't help. It doesn't give us anything. Hello. Oh, we could. Okay, we can magnify from this end, and it just walks us there very slowly. We could have done this ourselves if we got close enough. Okay. February 26th. Is that 1990 or 40? I can't remember what year this is set in. I haven't written that down. Damn it. February. Why have they written February as well? Happy birthday. I'm glad I found you, love. Joker? I honestly can't make that out personally. But is it the J in J Dorset? So something Dorset. Jake? Maybe? I thought it ended in like an R, but it's hard to tell. What a fabulous view she has here. Oh, right, okay. So February... Hang on. Let me write down her thing. It's February 25th. I think it's 40. But it could be 90. It was a really difficult number to work out. Right, so February makes her an Aquarius, is what it's going to say. Okay, easy enough. And nowhere to go from here but back, I guess. Okay. Hello, forward. Thank you. We get a left here. Okay, so we can go another... Blimey. It's weird when you've got these, when you've got these, sort of rooms where it's
crystals.
It's just...
I always thought they were a little too neo-new agey for Catherine.
Okay. Okay. What are we supposed to be doing here? Again, it's given us a puzzle and I don't understand the point of it. But yeah, when you got these weird sort of room layouts and it's like, oh, you can only very specifically move in this way. It's like, but I could have surely just been able to turn left from the computer, but no, I had to double back on myself, turn right, go forward, turn right again and go forward. It's very weird. So what is this? What are we doing here? I don't see a start or a finish. I don't see any clues as to what's happening. We've got 3 colours. We just throw random stuff down. See if something happens at some point. I mean, because what is this? Is the 2, 4, 6? It's an 8 by 2, 4, 6, 8 by 9 grid. So that's what 72. Okay. He says he thought they were a bit... But why? What does it do? What is this kind of... Oh, hang on, there's... What the hell is that? 29? Is that 29? So we got a weird light... This looks very sort of... Mayan, maybe? Oh, I see what you're saying. It could be Jake. That's just the tail of the E. Yes. Yeah, you're right. It could be Jake Dorset. I find it weird we can zoom in on the computer but literally do nothing with it. I mean, it sounds like the computer's the thing that's beeping. Wait, hang on. It says crystals up there. Oh wait, hang on. Could I have gone left from here? Oh no, that's literally just turned around. Oh, right, okay. Hello, cat. What are you doing? I wish he would move a little bit faster. Have I said that 1,000 times yet? I think I have. Oh my god. Yes! Sorry. And I can't even get to the front door from next to the front door. So there's forward, forward, left. Okay. What I'm thinking is, can I get closer to this above the... mentioned crystals up here. Can I get closer to that? God, no. No, I can't. Jesus, okay. Hang on, mate. Didn't I check... over here already? Can I get further? No, it automatically turns me and I can't spin around. Okay. God damn it, okay. That looks like 29 above the card for some reason. Let me just circle that. Then we've got 41. Was it from here? No, it's from one step to the right. Does something in our... Excuse me, sorry. Going croaky there. Does something in our inventory allow us to interact with other computers? Does this... whatever it is. Com thingy. Missing a button or an input of some description. Whack, that's it. Oh, no, that's just off. Okay. Notebook. Nope. Very unresponsive at times. Oh, it's up here. Damn it. Okay. Coffee mug, document. And that's just the screen again. To the hint system. Right, okay. The hint system, if you want to solve the crystals. Have you looked at her desk in the newsroom? No, funnily enough, okay. Jesus Christ. To the newsroom. Just realised I keep forgetting I don't have to go to the exit to get there. So where was the newsroom? Here we are. Wait, did that ask for a different drive? How many drives does it think I have? Where are we? Oh, same music here. Okay. So the Wofford House or whatever gave us something different to listen to, but this one is just the constant same drive. Boringness. Okay. These computers, seriously.
A computer with a deck port. Can never have too many of those.
Can you? Can you not? Oh god, right, okay. I forgot that this can happen sometimes. I completely forgot this can happen.
Cyberspace. Wofford Well.
Right, okay, yeah. So we can access...
Virtual library.
Right, so the well is like a... like a personal section.
Virtual Herald.
Like your own website. What is all this other shit that it keeps flashing past? If we don't need it, why is it here?
Exit cyberspace.
Okay, so not that for now. Yeah. Ooh. See, magnifying glasses are like ident, not identify. Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Magnifying glasses are like super... They're like the rich puzzle-solving part of this game. It's just like, if you need anything, that is what you're looking for. Right. Jake. That definitely looks like a Jake now. If anything should happen to me, look for the crystals and let the light shine your way. Let the light shine your way. But the crystals didn't do anything when we interacted with them. Okay. So she could access the Wofford Well from here.
Catherine's address file.
Oh, this is her desk.
As good a place to find a clue as any.
Wait, we're not Jake Dawson, are we? No, we're not. Of course not. Are we Jake? Interesting. George Rhodes. Choho Window? Iris Steele. Lou Brannan. Rachel Mull. Soap Beatty. Forward dimensions for bugs. Need to check hacker contacts. Okay. Call George Rhodes. Any of these names ringing a bell? 717 story. Paul Willis. Right. Recently. Oh, this is really helping. Ooh. What the hell? Is it just a calculator? $69, dude. It's literally just a calculator? Why? I mean... Okay. No, okay. Is there anywhere in between we can go? Like else? By in between, I mean between the two desks. Because it was like, hey, this way. Right, yes, we can, okay. Just keep looking around. some of this is going to be a terrible puzzle we have to solve. But for now, keep scanning for clues. What the hell are we looking here for? Wait, is that the top of another building? What angle is this one built at? On the top floor of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Okay. So, potentially there's a person there at some point in the future? But for now, we just jump between these two desks. What is this there? Oh, it's a person turning a page. Jesus, they're so... Hey. They're so fuzzy to me. I couldn't tell there was a whole person there. I just saw the flipping of pages. Wait, so it said go look at her desk, but the note for the crystals was on my desk.
Hey, Ben.
How's Catherine today?
No change.
Damn. This guy's the devil himself.
He knows Magnotta. Remember the Wofford murder? Never heard of Joey
You
Falconetti.
ever hear of a Joey Falconetti, Ben?
No, the name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't quite place it.
The name sounds vaguely like something that would be in a terrible gangster movie.
Didn't we run anything on this Wofford murder?
Yep. Cyber Architects. They live near the old Central Park. Somebody
Be
put
right back.
a bullet
No problem, Dee Dee, thank you.
in Hamilton Wofford's head. Cops don't have a motive yet. They probably had a lot of money stashed away in that cottage, but there's no evidence of a robbery.
Ben,
Might as
you
well
know
ask
this
him.
cop Magnotta?
Typical new breed cop. One of those guys started arresting people in volume when cops started collecting bonuses. He's been more aggressive than most.
Yeah, that's common knowledge, but what's his story?
He's killed 6 people in the line of duty, some under questionable circumstances. He's bad news. I wouldn't mess with him, Quinlan.
Okay. Something to do with this Rolodex thing, digital Rolodex, has got to play a part. I'm just going to have another look at it. We've got a calculator. That's got to do something. Why would they put it there? We have so much we can't interact with. To have a calculator that we don't use seems silly. Can't use any of that. We can't turn around. Can't use the computer here, but we can on the other side. Okay, so what we got here? Wait, his phone looks like a date? 185621. Memo call. Call a different number? I need a new page for this. Madness. Madness, I tells thee. So much writing. It's a loan officer. George Rhodes, right. Okay. I mean, it's not a date, obviously. It's not right, but... maybe there is vitals? 21. Hello! It's the 18th Sludge-Tember. Jimbo, hello, welcome. Exactly. But it's weird that his phone number looks more like... I mean, if he's round, maybe there is dimensions. Got a call for it. Anyway, sorry, I hope you're well. How are you doing? Having a good day. It's Friday. Can't be that bad. A few hours and everyone gets to clock off. 487 3079. call, it says. Do we get access to a random telephone? I can't remember. See, this is a proper phone number in the phone place. Source for 717 story. Legal apartment, draw with insurance. No, it should be department, whatever. Hudak. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's her address? What kind of place is that? Soho Core. None of these are looking like weird necessarily. Is it 18 divided by 56 divided by 21? No. What is that about? Why have we got a calculator? Unless that does, like, it opens up something on it. Okay, see regarding Chavez naping. Lead. Spoke to. 9/24/40. Again, what is that all about? That's not a right date. Oh, it could be a date. Oh, of course, that one does work. That is a work, yeah. Spoke to on 24th of September, 40. Okay. No bugs, not bothered. Weird. Okay. Let me just have a look. What have we got here? Options, help. Inventory? Nothing. Okay. Global. Remote control is the... What does the whack do? It doesn't have phone option, although I'm sure people have called us on it. Let me just try this for the sake of it. Turn it on. 18. Divide by, because that's often represented by a slash. Divided by 56. Divided by 21. Equals 1530612. I mean, that's would follow their theme generally. 0612. If I get a chance to ring a number, I'll try that. I can't think what else. So this is, yeah, okay, so this is her desk. Who are we again? Are we Jake? Is that why I'm so confused? We must be. Has it been that long that I'm really stuck? Does it say a word upside down, like, you know, the other word? It says Sicko SE. Cracked the case. Alright, we can access the cyberspace place here. Let's do this again. Jesus. Dynamics operating system. Thanks.
Exit cyberspace.
No, let's not. I can't remember. I'm sure we looked at the newspaper place. Like, you know, what do we call it? The Gazette or whatever we work for. We looked at their stuff.
Well.
Let's have a quick look at this while we're here. Oh. Vulcan? No, not Vulcan. Vulcan.
This is really strange.
Oh, it worked.
Books, pictures, and references to Victorian England. The old man must have been
That becomes
constructing
right.
a virtual
Sorry,
Victorian environment at the time of his murder. But why?
Okay. Vulcan worked. Yay. See, I thought this was just going to take us to what we could already get at the house. But no, it's something different.
A scale model for what looks like a Victorian city.
Okay.
Apparently, the Woffords did most of their notional modeling in this well. The virtual tools of the trade were apparent. But what caught my eye was the scale model of a virtual city that was stored here.
Yes, it caught my eye as well.
Apparently, the Woffords did most of their notional modeling in this.
That's not what I meant to do. God damn it.
This is really strange. Books, pictures, and references to Victorian England. The old man must have been constructing a virtual Victorian environment at the time of his murder. But why?
Exactly. More importantly, why can I do this? What am I interacting
Apparently, the
with?
Woffords did most of their notional modeling in this well. The virtual tools of the
God damn it, I
trade were
can't skip his
apparent.
dialogue.
But what caught my eye was the scale model of a
My
virtual
screen was
city.
paused. My cat had hit the spacebar while you were unfocused. My cats do that all the time. Sometimes my my dinner plate as well, where because often space in games is jump, so I have like a joystick on a gamepad set to jump, and if something happens to lean on that joystick and it just presses up on it, it's just constantly pressing spacebar, so it just flashes in and out. It took me quite a while to realise what was going on with that occasionally. So sometimes it's the cat, other times it's just my food.
Apparently, the Woffords did most of their notional modeling in this well. The virtual tools of the trade were apparent. But what caught my eye was the scale model of a virtual city that was stored here.
Yes, but what do I do with it? Why am I here? What is the point of just looking at this? It doesn't help me. I need to zoom in on it, get information or something. Take a copy somewhere. And just stare at it. Right, okay. I'm getting dizzy. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So that was...
Virtual library.
That was a whole thing, apparently, that didn't matter. It's something we found. It's given me nothing. I don't understand the purpose of it. Oh, God, yeah. Forgot about this. God, what was it? I cannot, for the life of me, remember the buttons for cycles on... Can anyone remember the button for changing the cycles on DOSBox? I think lowering the cycles stopped that flashing so much. I can't remember, and I don't want to just suddenly start randomly pressing combinations. It's something like Control F9 or something like that, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
I could use some help here. You're a human presence, I assume.
Everyone at a service desk is. The library doesn't use smart sprites for public interface. You don't read much, do you?
No, I don't.
Can you help me with this call number?
I'm sorry, this is not a valid call number. It appears Stein altered the reference matrix, but an unknown book was distributed. If you could unscramble the call number, I could help you.
Right, yeah. Okay. So how many are we looking here? So the call number is 7 characters. The game's animation, if it can move, it should move, unless it's a person. Yeah. Okay, so 7 characters. R. Stein. Control F11, F12, I think, because I don't know which is fastest. Like, thank you very much. I shall, next time we get to a, hang on, let's just try that. Control F11 brings it down. Thank you. Okay, I'll modify that when we get to a cutscene, see if it, or when we get out of here, most likely, see if that changes anything. Thank you. And you were right, by the way. It does tell me got it right. Thankfully, there's not a combination I'm using anywhere else either. Okay, so trigger 4202. Irrelevant. if we could unscramble it. How the hell do we make that code look like this? By this I mean look like a call number that the others seem to recognize. First of all, they all start with H, but this starts AB. Jesus, I'm trying to... Right, in my head I'm trying to think, does it sound out phonetically? But at no. That doesn't sound like a... Is it? It could be 8 and O? So 8-0, I don't know. IAID +1? I don't know. That... How the hell do we get anything out of that? 18, so, I mean, they all end in a letter. So 18 is what, the, S? Is that right? Is T the 20th letter, so... Oh, no, it'd be R. Okay, so that last letter could be R. Maybe. So it could be R, maybe? But I don't know where the rest of it is. Right, what do we put in there? Is it literally just 4? Is it literally just like one of those things where it's like, well, you know, ignore the at and no. But then it almost makes sense with like the no IAID. And then the +1. But because we're looking for... We need 7 characters in total. If we've got the 3 letters, we just need 4. So is it literally just those 4 letters correlate to numbers? So what's IJ, so that's what, 9, 1, 9, and then is it D +1, so E? Do you know what, I could try it. Jesus, I mean, why not? Is it A, B, 9, 1, 9, E? No, not E. Sorry, E would be the 5th, so 5. 5. R. No, okay, apparently not. 4. R? Okay, so pressing... Either it doesn't need an accept. If man is 5... If man is 5, is man is 5. Ooh, that's... Okay, you've got a song and I don't know what you're referencing. Sorry, that's lost on me at the moment. Okay. So apparently, I may be wrong. Where are we? For the purposes of progression, where are we? Let's put that down. How to get the book from the library? Enter the library well yet. Talk to the librarian on a pedestal. A list of call numbers. One that doesn't seem to work in the present form. Change that number based on what you see. There is a pun going on with the letters. Okay. Internet cookie for anyone who guesses. Okay. Right, okay. Okay. There is apparently a pun going on here. See if you can work it out before I get to the end of these clues. There's a pun going on with the letters. Think of IAID as IAID. Right. Been to the optometrist lately? Eye aid? Like glasses? Normal vision is specified as 20/20. These are the hints coming towards me. Also need to add 1 to the number. The start and end of the number need work too. Okay, well, I think it's A, B, and R, but we'll think Bloodhound Gang, Burst Water, Burn. Blimey. How do the other valid numbers start? Try HC. It seems popular. So the AB is completely irrelevant. We just start with the one that's most common. But most common doesn't mean it's right. HC. (2021). A single letter seems normal. If A is 1, what is 18? That's R, I'm sure.
Wait, Quinlan. That's a valid call number. I'll get the book.
What the fuck? Oh.
A book about the original Jack the Ripper. Can't be a coincidence.
Well, no.
Stein must have used this. But what does it mean?
Alright, we're back to us. Okay. Earlier than that, it's from the 80s. Can you fucking believe it?
All I can do for you is recommend something to read, Quinlan. How about Mailer's email to myself? I'm not sure what the point of it is, but it's really long.
No? Okay. Do we exit this way? Yes, we do. What the fuck? Good of you. Do you know what song though? But I mean, Jesus. A guy that...
Herald.
Is this... Right, again. Monkey gone to heaven, apparently. This monkey's gone to heaven. Right, so he was looking up a book about Jack the Ripper. That really isn't surprising. For the next go, just get a floof to walk over the keyboard. It'll be just as quick. Yeah. The Bloodhound Gang lyric is supposed to be a direct reference. Oh, okay.
Exit cyberspace.
Yeah, let's do that. Right, hang on. It's just... So did we actually get anything from that? No. It was just a reference. So now we have the concept of a reference about Jack the Ripper book. Here we are. So now we can ask people about it, I guess. Right, and then she has a puzzle about crystals. Let them show you... Let the light shine the way. I can't believe I'm accurately predicting what the internet will be. Brush up on your Pixies albums. Oh, wait, why am I staring at the floor here? I thought I was turning around for the door. Apparently not. It's all the same direction. Okay, there we go. No, oh, god damn it. I moved a pixel. Jesus. Your arrow should look at where you want to go, not a general direction that vaguely leads to it eventually. Because my need there was to click on the door I'm aiming for. But despite the fact that directly leads me face onto the door, I couldn't look at it because that was turn around. Dark Side of the 80, yeah. Right, okay. Catherine, her apartment again. Drive D. Right. Get these damn crystal puzzles sorted. Because were we going out with Catherine? I thought she wasn't just a colleague, was she? We were sort of connected, so maybe, yeah, we must be the Jake, but I don't understand the Dorset bit. The J is maybe a coincidence? He didn't recognise it, so it's definitely not ours. Anyway, the light shined the way. Hang on, yes, there is indeed light here. Is that coming out of the eye? I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. In case you weren't aware, I have no idea. It's like the light shine the way. There is a bit of light here, and there is a skull. Is there light coming out the eye socket there? But I'm not getting any kind of feedback from this. There's a bit from Riven, yeah, exactly. This is the problem with this game. So little feedback. Even when I got the book, I didn't know I had the book. It didn't really give me anything except something else to talk about, you know. Okay, bloody Catherine's crystals. So the first hint was, have you seen her desk at the newsroom? Yes. It will tell you why you should be checking the crystals. Yes. Examine Catherine's room completely. Did you find a birthday card? Yes. The date on it is 12/2/25/90. Yes. Thank you, Dee Dee. When in doubt, drink. Oi. Did you find an astrological poster? Stretch. Good idea. Actually, thank you. Find an astrological poster? Yes. It made her an Aquarius. She is an Aquarius. Be careful, the poster does not link months to signs. It doesn't? How does that work? Check a dictionary or encyclopedia for the link. What? Wait, what? Hang on. Did you find an astrological poster? Check a dictionary or encyclopedia for the link. Where? Where the fuck do we check that? Oh, sorry, I pulled the microphone thing. Sounds like you're doing a parody of hint systems. This is just the game. Or read the next hint here. Yeah, thanks. I'll screw that. The thing. February 25th is in Pisces. Okay, yes. So she's a Pisces, not an Aquarius. Yeah, because Aquarius is the month before. Because it doesn't change on the month. It changes partway through. Or most of the way through. Look at the poster carefully. Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus. All right, fine. Let's go have a look at the poster carefully. We should go meander this way very slowly. Don't think I've forgotten that 29 up there. And there's a backwards 29 over there. Why is the hint get good? Yeah, exactly. But it's look at the poster carefully. I like the way it says carefully, not, you know, closely, because we can't fucking zoom in on this bastard. Look at it carefully. Okay. So it's got single numbers here, but only up to 12. Yeah, because that's the months. Okay, yeah. So we have... Oh, my God. So she's a Pisces, which is 12. So we have to copy that shape, I'm going to assume. Let's start there. Let's stop the hints and just go from there. Well, Jesus, I'll try and draw this. Okay, so that's relatively... Oh, my God. 1, 2, 3. Got to be careful as well, because none of these are straight, really. 4. 5. 6. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm just focusing on the picture. So, go north, get lard, go east. Now get cheese. Spleen, but cheese and fountain. Wait, climb lintel. This might as well be. This might as well be. And it's one up here, but not quite as high. This one down here, but a little bit lower. And then somewhere in the middle of this, and just beneath that. Right, okay. So number 12 is Pisces, and that's what she is. Give cheese. It's in the fountain now. No! Not fountain cheese. It's a cheese fountain. Okay, fine. Right, okay. So what exactly does the light have to do with any of this? Honestly, right, okay. Let me just try... Oh my god, let's try and recreate this bloody pattern. I don't know if the colours matter or anything. The fondue fountain? It is now. Wait, but then there's this one down here which I can't move. So is that... Oh my god, I don't know. So in theory, right. So it's back a bit and up. So just there. Across a bit and up, so over there. Wait, hang on, so maybe this is that one there. Because then that one there then turns into that there. Something like that, maybe? No, that seems like a little too out of place. Something like that. Then we go with... So this there. No, it's not that close. That there. There. I swear, this kind of makes sense in my head. There. One there, and... Oh, okay. I can't use all white, because there's too many points. Okay, so in theory, this is my recreation of that. Oh my god. Toad is. Oh right, hang on. There's no don't anyway. Gotta get ready. Be the afternoon. Well, sorry, I haven't heard. Oh no, it's alright. Don't worry. Guess the wrong Pixies song. Good luck. Don't worry. Thank you, Jimbo. Take care. Have a good afternoon. See you later at some point. Finds out how to smash his puzzle. Oh my god. Okay. So what's the next hint? Look at the poster carefully. That's what we did. The README text file gives you a clue, if you like. The actual game text file gives you a clue. Most of the stars are a knight's move away from each other. Okay. Sure. So that's that there. Which means that that one is... No, hang on. But most of them. But it placed this one. It put this one here for me. Is that not meant to stay there? Maybe it is. Maybe it does. That there. Wait, hang on. What? This doesn't even vaguely resemble what it used to be now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Because there's meant to be 5 here. And then... Yeah, 4 up there, then these 2. Here? It's meant to be like that, maybe? This is supposed to be part of... I like the way it says most of them as well. For fuck's sake, how is that easy? Arrange the crystals to match the stars. I'm trying. You know when you get the proper arrangement. Solution. What the frig? Right, well, first of all, that one's wrong. See, look, most of them isn't fucking helpful at all. How is that a hint? It literally means nothing. Right, well, this one, funnily enough, is in the correct place. Then it comes down to here. And then the next one goes up here. Which then brings the next one down to here. Because that is, you know, these ones are knight's moves away. This one, again, not a knight's move. Or this one, either. So she just has a crystal-based laser built into her house? What the hell is going on? Oh, sorry, Diddy. I missed the hydrate. Thank you. The 7th guest puzzles look like tutorial. This is ridiculous. I mean, this isn't even like a, oh, you've got to think outside the box. I don't know where the fucking box is. This is insane. Must hydrate Sentinel's brain that's overheating from the what the hell am I trying to do? Yeah. You ever hear the story about the person buying Christmas? Hang on, don't you? Is that response to something I've just said? Sorry, I was ranting. I have no idea what I said that could be in reference to that. Sorry. No idea what I'm doing. Did I say I don't have no... Is that all it is? Because I don't have any idea what I'm doing. Yeah. No, I didn't hear the... Is there a joke or an actual reference to something? Either way, I'm not familiar with it. Have a crystal-based laser building... Oh, you don't? Oh, I see. Right, sorry. That, yeah. Exactly. She's just like, let the light shine the way. By the way, you might want to stand to the right because otherwise it's going to cut you in half. Thanks. Thanks for the warning. Or none at all. So where the hell did this go? It fired off into the corner. Did it hit a book on a shelf? I didn't think I could look over here. Literally, I can't see where it's supposed to be guiding me. Person buys a crystal ball. Always cover the ball when they leave the house. Buyer asks the spirit and such. It's a giant magnifier. The light Is it right? We've gone. Yes, exactly. I am familiar with that kind of thing. Yeah, because they're just basically. It's the opposite of a parabolic, isn't it? They're just. As you said, they're just like magnifying glasses. They just really focus light. They can. Yeah, blimey. So I mean, that's a good reason to have them crystal shaped, I guess. Crystal shaped, skull shaped, you know. But beyond that, where the hell did this? Oh, was it over here? Right. Okay. Under the horoscopes. Okay. Wait, hang on. How did the light get over here? This is the opposite way to the skull is facing. And we needed the light to tell us to look at a book on the shelf? Just look at the damn book. The Women of Whitechapel and Jack the Ripper. Horoscope. That's it? I can't pick it up? There might be something useful in that book. Oh, absolutely, what was the point of that? Guest room. Don't go down the bathroom during the night. The wrong night lights might get a bit singed. Went into a horoscope book under a poster of horoscope signs. But I can't even interact with it. I don't know what I'm doing with this. This doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I don't. Why? What am I doing here? Going slightly mad, in fact. So she's like, the light will guide the way to horoscopes. Okay. So is this a reference to something else? Like, these other things I wrote down. Is someone else's date of birth correct? We still have that phone number we can't ring because apparently mobile phones don't exist in this day and age. Despite the fact they were being created in the 90s. Like, you know, they existed as a thing. They couldn't predict that they would go to any further. Boy, Tad, and make him figure out this. She's obsessed with the number 29 as well, seemingly. Again, we can't use the computer. That doesn't make any sense to me. Just what the hell am I doing? What's my next step and why? Wait. The password is the book's title, Horoscope. Password to what? Wait, fine, I'll write down the word horoscope. Can I use the computer now? Is that what it is? I certainly couldn't use it before. It didn't give a hint that there was a password required. No. Why is this beeping? I can't do anything with it. Smash it, yeah. I may... Right, okay. So, the next hint, like in this section, Act 1, that's, you know, so it's got all the areas we are dealing with here. It's how to get the book from the library. Well, we already did that. How to solve the crystals. We did that for whatever reason. The Wofford Cottage. It's how to enter the well. Well, we did that because the tubes gave us the word Vulcan, which is where we got into. So we got all the crystals, we got the word Vulcan, that's how we got into the well. If in doubt, touch the place, blame the butler. Torch the place. Sorry, I was like, touch the place. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we could do. So then, of the 4 things that need doing in Act 1, the last thing we haven't dealt with is Falconetti. And it's like, how can I find Falconetti? Have you been asking around? Yes. So, check Twig for a clue. Well, where the hell do we find Twig? That's the thing. We heard his name, but no one has told us where he is. So we have to go looking for him? Because he mentioned Twig. I keep forgetting we can go to the world map anyway. So he told us about Twig. He doesn't know Falconetti. Desk Sergeant, maybe? Soap's Smokehouse? See, look, why does it want disc 1 in D and disc 2 in E? It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway. So we've got a whole new place we haven't been to. This is going to help. Game version of Twitter. Oh, God, I don't know. So, is this in Hoboken? I don't know where Hoboken is. I've just heard of it. Wait, this guy was in her, like, digital Rolodex, wasn't he? So maybe the address only came up after looking at that. This 42 into Stump. Yeah.
So, Beatty?
Oh, okay.
Name's Quinlan. I'm a friend of Catherine Powell's.
I was wondering when you're going to come by. I read about Catherine in the paper. Told her she was getting too close to that maniac.
Well, she never told me anything about you. What was she coming to see you about?
Take it easy, cowboy. Mine hasn't worked in years. Besides, Catherine didn't dig the training wheels. I was her source, and that was it.
Okay, so we got this man's details from her digital, diary Rolodex thingy. Why was there no feedback at the time to say, hey, here's some information? Why was there nothing in our WAC, whatever that stands for, saying, these are the people you can talk to? We just have to go to the world map and go, hey, there's a new place I didn't look at. Absolutely no feedback whatsoever. It's the worst. Okay, right, here you go. Asking what he did for Catherine. What are the questions there? Okay, it's just one. It's about ice. Eesh.
What did you do for Catherine?
Like I do for anybody. I do what needs doing. I run a little B&E in the net, melt some ice, do a little handwriting analysis. Hey, I got my code for everything.
Well, selling smoke and melting ice don't go together. Strange qualifications for a shopkeeper.
Hey, in the net, everything isn't linked, Quinlan. The shop is the shop. In cyberspace, I can walk. I can run. I can fucking dance, baby.
Okay. Sure. What was she
investigating?
She was trying to make a connection between the Ripper's murder victims.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
So you're like a deck jock, then? Are there any new innovations in cyberspace I should know about?
Well, notional engineering made some big advances, but the basic idea is still the same. Most of the angels you meet will be pre-packaged product from Transtech or Rembus Environment. Only the Ace Angels can design their own wings.
So there shouldn't be any surprises waiting for me?
I didn't say that. I mean, it's just that things will look familiar. Everybody you meet will either be a rendered image or a video image that looks awfully real. Of course, you only get video from the best hackers or from direct brain images.
God, hang on. I can't tab out. There we go. Well, hello there, bot. Who are you? Thank you very much. Goodbye. The official Stranded guide is photocopy a single typewritten page. Only bought 2 words. Be lucky. Yeah. It's like, oh my god. It's absolutely dough type. You must have some. Oh, his hands to be spamming Twitch. I guess that's a word to add to the ban list, isn't it? I'll have to remember that. And by remember, what am I? Oh, right, yeah. I've got so many notes written around. Like after the last couple of weeks, I've got names and numbers of people I can't even remember now. It's crazy. Right, okay. Ask him about ice.
What do you think about the ice, Soap?
Why are you so worried about ice?
I have a feeling it's going to get worse.
Your girlfriend had the same feeling. There's some really bizarre stuff on the net these days, ever since Rembers came up with that software with the Ice Maker program. You know, anybody with a deck can construct their own ice.
Bizarre stuff.
Oh yeah, attack dogs, giant rats, minefields, monkey balls, you name it. I can't tell you how to prepare for that world, brother. You's on your own.
Monkey balls? Don't look at us like that. Now that's the tagline for the game. You're on your own. Don't do ice kids. Has ice been explained? I feel like it has. I feel like I'm forgetting this as opposed to not knowing what it is.
What do you sell?
Whatever you need, Mr. Quinlan. Whatever you need. Just received a full shipment of Virginia Red Leaf, laced with Lucitrel. Got a full range of smart drugs. You know, to catch the Ripper, you're gonna have to outthink him. And for what Catherine tells me, you can use chemical assistance.
Sounds like a person, but it's also a name for a type of meth. True, yes. But I feel like they've explained it in game, and it means something, but God knows what. And we've now just got the... Oh, there we go. Okay, whirling blade of death. Hey. So he's happy to sell us a bunch of drugs. Good to know. If we want to catch the Ripper, we must become the Ripper. Apparently. Doesn't look too comfy in that chair, no. Keeps sort of shuffling around, doesn't he? Like, when can I stand up again? Ooh, what's this? Popular Cybertronics Advanced Chipset Analysis.
Object scanned into database.
A magazine. You have to scan that? Can't you just download a digital copy? THA something? Boogie. All sorts of weird random shit here. Some of these typefaces are awful as well. It's just like you would not put that on a magazine. No one can read it. Ooh. Can we go back? No. Okay. Damn it. I was hoping we could snoop. Okay, so we still got him there. Don't need to talk to him as far as I can tell. He's given us a whole bunch of random information. Oh, that's why we can't pass. There's a velvet rope. Never mind. Very slowly banging our head against the door. Okay, so it's just that way and that way. Okay. Okay. But he didn't give us any information about Falconelli. And it's just, everything's like, they were looking up the Ripper. They're recreating London. You're like, yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? How is this getting us closer to finding the guy? We know he's recreating the Ripper. It's in his name. It's not bloody rocket science. Right, Soap Smokehouse, no good to us anymore. Tribeca Centre, that's where she is, isn't it? In the Wofford Cottage. So we have to ask around about Twig. Be gone. Okay.
You hear anything from Magnata today?
That guy's been on everybody's ass today, so I'm keeping out of it.
Smart.
Smart. Okay. Where was the morgue again? Was that in... That's just in the Tribeca place, isn't it? Wasn't it? Okay. Hang on. Oh, okay, no. I was hoping if you select it, it would then give you the opportunity to choose something on the right, but no, it just automatically takes you there. Can we take the stairs again? I can't remember. No, we can't. We are prevented from doing the stairs. Okay, Jesus. Ah, there it is, morgue. Okay. Because did this guy down here have stuff? No stairs. A secret Dalek. They can do stairs now. Don't remember. It's it just takes an awful lot of planning and huge jump jets, basically. See, didn't this guy have some weird connections to things? And maybe he can tell us about Twig. Probably not. It's probably a complete waste of time. But we'll speak to him anyway. Somebody's got to know who he is.
Hey, Quinlan, I got a serious craving for a capicola hoagie from Fat Al's. Now,
What?
if you're in the neighborhood, could you get me one? Now, hold it on the hot peppers. My ulcer is killing me.
Escalate.
Hey, Quinlan, I got a serious craving for a capicola hoagie from Fat Al's.
Really? That's it? We can't talk to him. Okay. Good to know. Newsroom's no help. Police station. The evidence room? Is that going to be helpful? No, probably not. Wofford Cottage? Go away. Maybe he's heard of Twig? Although I don't think he'll listen to us, will he? So far, only one person has heard of him. And that's the guy who told us about him. Nothing else has been helpful. It's like, go speak to him. It's like, where? Where do we find him?
You snoop around too much. For your own good. I'm more dangerous than I look. I warn you.
Sure. Is there anything that's going to tell us about him in here? Okay, changing the cycles doesn't help at all. Does that Twiggy goat face? Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Exit cyberspace.
No.
Virtual Herald.
What does this tell us? Didn't this give us like some news articles before? Public access. 17 exclusive pictures. Okay. I mean, I like this voice. I think it's pretty cool.
Virtual library.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? No good still.
Wofford Well.
Why is that accessible to anybody anyway? Why doesn't it stop on all of these and tell us what they are? Berman Incorporated?
Catherine's Well.
Wait, when could we access her stuff all the time? Oh, Catherine's Well. Horoscope. Hey, we're getting somewhere. Oh my god.
I'm Detective Vincent Magnotta of the New York City Allied Police Force's Soho Corps. This is a restricted crime scene. You must leave the area immediately. This will be your only warning.
Wait, what? I'm shooting. Oh no! Did I die? Surprise walking, yeah. Okay.
Damn it, Oru!
Nice. What the fuck was I meant to do there? Because, I mean, I had my hand on the pew button. What do we do there? Do we do nothing? Is that the whole point? It doesn't matter here? Right-clicking seemed to do something, but I don't know what. I'll give that one more go. It doesn't seem to take us long to die, so let's have a look. At least we don't get cutscened every time. I'm not entirely sure what is happening either. Is that like our... Is that his health on the right or ours? Can you straight... I have no control over what is like directionally happening. It's entirely on... the only thing I can point at, I can use is the pointer and left and right mouse button. I don't know what right was doing. It looked like it just turned things blue, and then left was shoot stuff or something. Very... I don't know what those... Like, on the right-hand side, when I pressed the right button, it looked like the little red dot turned right... The right red dot turned on, and then the same on the left, but I don't know what it means. House grade lasers or something. Yeah, exactly. Let's get out of here. Right, so this is the biggest frustration here. I mean, you know, in a game of frustrations. Under how can I find Falconetti? It says, have you been asking around? I have asked 2 people? They're the only ones with the name to ask. Let me just double check my notes here. Circuit manual? Oh my god, okay. And then it says, check with Twig for a clue. I can't find Twig. That's the problem. See him in cyberspace before you can find him. Then Twig will let you through the door. That's it. Those are the 4 clues to that section. I have no idea. Bubba Hooser's 10 Commandments and Memory Board Assembly. Modern computer memory boards require 4 circuits of 4 chips, with each circuit containing one 6, one 9, one 12 and one 16 pin chip. Chip type, really long. It must be in a circuit with something else really long to function properly. Praetorian chips, or is that Peltorian chips, tend to emit weak signals. They should be kept in circuits where the chips are as close together as possible. Only the really long one does not exhibit this property. A different really long one is designed to operate in conjunction with and only with the Epson Industries other number. This long number chip was originally created by Randolph Petrie of the Lackawanna Falls Consortium, when that concern was purchased by Petrie's new company the following year. He made his new 16-pin long number specifically to function with that technology. It looks like L, so Peltorian, can only function with 9-pin chips manufactured by that company. The other chip, made by Colabi Industries, exhibits the same odd magnetic field distortion phenomena as Peterson's inks. If he gets hydrate, thank you, Dee. I'm gonna be nice. This game is a struggle, and more so than I thought it would be. The information better be relevant to something. Nothing is relevant to anything. Be sure not to combine the Peltorian with the other types of or anything or any manufactured by Epson Industries in the same circuit. Like all Epson 16 chips, was manufactured to work in the same circuit with 12-pin made by that company. The strategy backfired, however, when it was found that none of their chips whose name ended in I18J work together in the same circuit. The entry versions of the 6-pin chips made by the early version, Peterson Inks, tend to emit strong magnetic fields that interfere with the functions of other chips. To alleviate this problem, be sure not to locate near any 12-pin chips and keep the other ones as far away as possible from the chips of any type. I feel like this is going to come up. Work equally well if you perform assembly with a hammer. Yes. I feel like this is going to happen.
Salisbury. I wonder what that means.
I have no idea. We picked up this book for seemingly no reason. Okay. Let's go back to the cafe and ask him about
Watch yourself with
Twig.
Falconetti, kid. He's a genuine bird of prey.
Ha 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 ha. But you, do you know anything about Twig? Twiggy, Twig, Twig, Twig. No, I don't need another beer. Not helpful. Okay. Nothing at her apartment. It won't let us log into that damn computer, even though it's beeping. Well, I will curse you. Yeah. Newsroom. The only person to speak to was the guy in the office. He doesn't know anything about Falconetti, and we couldn't ask about Twig at the time, and we'd already spoken about that. There's Magnotta or the evidence room. I guess we could try again. The evidence room's around this way, I believe. I think. One of these ways? Down the stairs. Yes, evidence. Okay. Because I'm sure there's a person in here. See if they know anything. Is this Twig, maybe?
Look, Quinlan. I told you everything I know. Now, will you get the hell out of here before you get me in trouble?
Apparently not. Nothing in our active inventory. Nice hat. Yeah. I love the way we start moving before the door's fully open. You can imagine just how many times you twatted your head on it as you go through. What are you looking over there to go up the stairs for? Look ahead. You're going to trip. Oh my god, I forgot. We can't go all the way round. We can only go around the front of it. Because for some reason, this game absolutely hates multi-directions to the same path. It's like, no, you get one way into the same location and that's it. And that route is completely off limits. We've got Magnotta up here. Okay. Yes. Who builds an office building like this? Oh, I don't know. The future. Joey Falconetti.
Can you tell me anything about this guy named Falconetti?
Joey Falconetti. He's an overrated hacker. Two-time loser trying to hit the big time.
Really? Farley tells me he's an ace angel. In fact, I hear that Burton consults with him every time her back's up against the wall.
He's got his hooks in her. But just cause that grifter bastard's a snake charmer doesn't make him an ace angel.
Ace angel. Okay.
Is Burton all she's cracked up to be?
Best in her field. She and I don't quite see eye to eye all the time, but she's good. No question about it.
So how come some people at the Metacog say she's dogging it on this one?
Because they don't know what they're talking about. She's never dogged anything in her life, so far as I know.
Sounds like you know her, Magnotta.
Well, she'd have to have about 20 more pounds. 50 less IQ points for me to be interested.
Jesus, at least he's honest. Okay. So, Soap didn't give us any information. Cottage. Jesus, so we just go back up to this place? To find people to speak to? Very slowly. Yes, what ways with thigh high safety routes and 2-story drop? Damn straight. Good. Shows dedication to the job if you can survive that. I mean, just look at this doorless elevator. It's all dangerous. There. Oh, it only drops down when you look at it? That's a bit weird. Now, is this the walkway? No, this is just out. Okay. God's sakes. Turn back around. She was this way, I believe. God, this is such a long journey to get anywhere. Beds in the halls, I mean, is accurate, to be fair. Right. Now, is this just turn around to leave, or can we... Okay. No, apparently we don't get to speak to that man. Unless we walk this way. Who are you? Hope for Catherine.
Was there any hope for Catherine?
I didn't choose that. I didn't click on anything.
We haven't even established an etiology, let alone begun to treat it.
Do some meth and walk faster.
We've downloaded megabytes of fragmented images, sensations, memories, but not much that helps us at this point.
Anything that might help ID her attacker.
Well, there's an image on one of the monitors in the lab that's displaying an image we retrieved from Catherine's short-term memory.
Okay.
And she saw the person who attacked her. But in this condition, her mind can only assemble an extremely distorted image of him or her.
Well, can we make it clear and maybe use a computer to fill it out?
No. Catherine's brain will have to produce the image. The only way to help Catherine is to restore the memories and personality the Ripper destroyed.
I don't understand this. How can you rebuild Catherine's memory?
Well, the way we always do in a case like this. We assemble all the data we can about the patient's past. Life experiences, food she likes to eat, favorite movies, information on who her friends were. Then we upload all that back into the brain and hope that it triggers enough associative reactions to restore her memory.
What are the odds of this working?
Success rate's very high. I mean, we may not retrieve everything, but we should get around 90% or so.
What can I do to help restore that image of the Ripper?
Dig up everything you can about the Ripper, especially anything Catherine knew about the case. And of course, none of it's going to be of any use until Dr. Burton allows us to send a data angel into her brain, but we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have the cops said anything?
No, not to me. Dr. Burton's the attending physician. Although I have noticed that scary-looking detective who checked Powell in keeps coming back. Him and Burton got into it yesterday.
They had a fight.
Oh, that's an understatement. They look ready to kill each other. God knows what it was about.
Huh.
Okay.
What are Dr. Burton's plans for treating her?
If she has something in mind, she hasn't told me about it. She's blocking everything except the most conservative treatments. We've started to assemble data on the patient's past. We're maintaining life support. That's it.
Well, so fucking what? I mean, she doesn't know what to do. I thought she was the best in her field.
She's one of the best. I don't know what it is about this case.
Who's the best then?
There's something here she's not telling us.
Did she do it? Is she the Ripper? Okay, so there's him there. We can stare at the ceiling as we walk this way. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oh yeah, we can vaguely zoom in on this.
Our options are pretty limited here. I tried direct cortex stimulation.
Outstanding in a field.
Yeah.
It's too risky. We could lose her that way.
Well, we could try inserting data angels for a diagnostic. There's no risk in that.
I disagree. We've no idea what's left of her natural defenses. The trauma could have made them even harder to penetrate.
All right, look, then let's run the Norton Mapper program so we can take a skull profile and a cortical landscape. Then we know what we're dealing with.
You mean that hasn't been done yet? Why not?
Because I said so. I want her to stabilize before we introduce any kind of foreign code. Thanks for the consultation, but that's my decision.
What a bitch.
How much more stable does she want the woman? She's in a coma.
What's her problem? She won't do anything. We're supposed to just watch this patient die?
She's in charge. There's not much we can do.
Okay. All this is very interesting, but no one seems to know where the frig Twig is. Why were we given his name and no one knows where he is? It's also weird we can just sort of come in this far for seemingly no reason. It's like, maybe we're going to do something later? Otherwise, it's an awful lot of roaming around for nothing. Do you know what? Screw it. Don't need the rest of the building. Go forward. You know, Twig is the name of the shooty cyberspace thing. Oh, God.
Still digging for dirt on your girlfriend, Quinlan? You got to keep an eye on a woman.
That's all we got. Right. Okay, great. I don't know what we're meant to do about that. I mean, it doesn't even actually mention in the walkthrough that we need to do that. It just says, oh, here's the password. You're like, right, okay. Then it, like, the next thing we need to do in this act, in this part of the game, is find Falconetti. I just can't find it. The next stage to finding him is finding Twig. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'll look it up and we'll find some way of getting further. I'll find a different walkthrough and actually go from there. As it is, we shall save the game. And go from there. There we go. Right. We will call it today because it's gone the time. And to be honest, my brain is no help here. It's insane. This game is so absolutely awful. Is that what I mean? Hang on. How do I? I've got to exit just to get rid of the background noise. There we go. Let's do that. Thank you for stream. No, thank you for hanging around this craziness. Appreciate you all being here. It's always good to see you guys. It is ungood. That's a way of putting it, yeah. Where are we? Who's on? What do we got? We got Boss. This Stranding still, blimey. Ratchet and Clank. Thank you for stream. No, thank you again. I appreciate you all being here. It's always good to see you. Thank you for anyone who's lurking. I don't mind that at all. And thank you for anyone who's chatting. That's always fun. Have a good day, everybody. Has anybody got anyone to hand off to? I'm kind of sitting here on the usual. We got a Voozle I may go to if no one said anything. Be a drop and run though, because I've got to go do lunch and a couple of chores, catch up on things. So yeah. Wait, what? What, my chair? What are you on about? No, we got anyone to hand off to the Chasuble? Sat on the usual. Did I say that? Why did I say that? God, so much stuff comes out of my mouth. I have no idea. So let's have a look here. Chasuble, what are they doing? Char's eyeball. Oh, right at the top, that's handy. Make sure my volume's down. I have no idea what they're playing right now because it's an advert. But you're used to it. Yeah, that's fair. I think most people should be by now, to be honest. Yeah, so we've got the weekend coming up. I have moved Tuesdays to Wednesdays now, just because I found Tuesdays similar one. I haven't liked. Fair enough. What are they playing? Oh, Palia. Palia? She seems nice, but I won't be hanging around. So I'll drop off to Voos instead. I think more of us know what he's doing and who he is. We'll take it from there. But I'll check her out another time. Oh, hello, cat. Hello. Not the actual day. He does not have dominion over time yet. No. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I got distracted. We will. Oh my god. Now the cat's in the way. I can't do anything. Come on. I know you're tired and hungry. Go over there for a minute. Right, we'll hand off to Voozle. Yeah, no, I've moved my Tuesday streams up to Wednesday just because I was getting too tired on and achy on Tuesdays, and it was having it. It was too much. What did I just say? I just put you back on the bed, mister. Stay there for a minute. You come slinking up like, oh, you mistakenly put me on the bed. I'm gonna just get back here on your lap. I'm gonna rectify that. I'm sure it was a complete mistake. No. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Voozle _ Raid has been created for the right person. Always good. Right. Oh, God. Hello. Yes. All right. Hello. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. So have a good weekend, everybody. We will be back with a new game on Wednesday. Now I'm not sure if that new game is going to be Siberia 2, or whether we're going to move on to something a little different in between. I don't want to leave it too long in between so that we don't forget what's going on and so on. But also might just vary it up. I don't know. We'll see how I feel next Wednesday, or just before, when I decide what we're going to do, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, thank you everybody for being here. It's much appreciated. Yeah, just have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves. Have a good sleep. Have a good rest of your day. And yeah, Clockwork Boogaloo. Oh, if only. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, okay, so we'll hand off. And yeah, take care everybody. Oh no, your tail is on my buttons. I have to press them. Come on. Sorry. We'll hand off now. The cat is out of the way. Right, bear with me. Right, okay. See you later everybody. Take care. Have fun. Have good times and all. Bye, 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 bye.